I'm losing my way. You've gotten to me, and that's my mistake. Some might say I can't get too far without seeing your face.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the studio with Inshira. And thank you, Amanda, right, for the amazing. Actually, let me show you guys. Look at the makeup. Oh my god. All right, what we're doing is a 2-light setup. Let me actually show you this interesting modifier that we have going on. So this is a Fresnel. I got it not too long ago, and it's a Bowen's mount. So it allows me to put like any of my Bowen's light sources in there. And I'm using my V1, Godox V1. It's at 1/256 power right now. And you have the chance to either flood or spot it. Right now it's like in between, so that we can have like a very defined light on Inshira. So in addition to this light source, I have this 7-foot parabolic going on. And actually let me move to this side so you guys can see. So what I'm doing is I have this as a hard light source creating definition on Inshira, and then we have this one just throwing a large light source into the frame so that we don't have a lot of deep shadows. And in the set, we just have her wearing this beautiful blue dress, sitting on some props, and then we also have a dark background going on. So this is going to be a little bit of a moody portrait. So again, we don't really want to show everything in the set, like put it in your face. And so I'm going to shoot this in such a way that it's going to be dramatic, you know, add a little bit of mystery into the shot. And that I feel is going to make it interesting. But the highlights for today is this camera that I have in my hands. This is a Fuji 100S. It's a medium format camera. I will be using this primarily to take a lot of the shots that's going on today, but I will take a few with my R5 and see how the two of them compare. I know this is not a fair comparison because this camera is a medium format camera, and then my trusty R5 is a full frame, but again, we'll see how they compare against each other. This, I believe, is a 16-bit camera, and this is 14-bit. I'm not too sure. I'll check and put it on the screen so you guys will see. So I feel like this is going to render colors a little bit more smoother and better than the R5. But maybe with post-processing, we can save the images that will come out of this. I'm not shooting on my own camera because I love it. And I'm not switching to Fuji yet. I mean, we'll see at the end of the video, but let's start shooting, and then you guys will see how the lights, you know, and the settings and our model all come together. So I'll start off with the main light, and then I'll add a fill, and then we'll see what that does. So if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I always like to start my lights. Even though I have 2 lights placed in here, I still want you to see the way I built everything up. I'm starting with this Speedlight, which is being modified with the Fresnel, and then I will take a shot so you guys see what that does. But even before we turn on these lights, or even, you know, let them show in the frame, I want us to see what we are getting without any lights. So currently the settings, I'm at 1/160 on the shutter speed. I'm at ISO 125 and f1.7. So what this is showing me, again, it takes like a very long time for it to load into the laptop. It's a very dark exposure. I'm gonna turn on the trigger, and that light is set to 1/256. If I take a shot, yeah, that's nice. You see that we have a very small light on Inshira, and this is just, you know, shaping her face, letting us create a drama that we're looking for. So this Fresnel is just focusing the light more on her face. I'm gonna turn on the fill light, and then that should now allow us to see a little bit more of like the dress, the backdrop. Because a large light source, it will just soften the shadows in the frame. So taking another shot, that was a nice smile. Yep, and now that it's loaded, we can see that we have, you know, a little bit more illumination in the frame. We have this beautiful light on her face. Everywhere looks really nice, and, you know, I like the exposure that we're working with. So right now, it's up to the two of us to create an amazing image. Perfect. I'm gonna start with the full body. So even though you had that, I wanted you to just lift your chin up a little. Yeah, that's perfect. And then still look more. I gave you something to look at, right? And then your feet, cross it. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, one more shot.
Out here on the street,
Okay.
I'm
I'm gonna
losing
come
my
closer
way.
and see what we can get. Thank you.
You've
Yeah,
got into
perfect.
me, and that's
So
my
your hands, it looks like it's a little, maybe put it on top
Some
of,
might say
yeah.
I can't get too
Awesome. Keep
far
that.
without seeing your
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
face.
Yeah, that's
You gave me your
beautiful.
heart and
Like what?
took it away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm going underground.
Yeah, oof, that's nice. So I'm keeping the light settings the same. I've switched to the Canon R5, and when I check the 80mm on the medium format, it's close to like a 63, and it's a 1.7 lens. I didn't want to use the 85 1.4 because that would be too long, and I also didn't want to use the 2470 because the apertures may not match. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my 50mm 1.4, and I'm shooting at 1.4, and for my shutter speed, I'm at 1/200 and ISO 50 because I don't want the sensor to be very sensitive. All right, so I'll just capture a few shots again of Inshira. And already what I'm noticing is that this one focuses really fast. It also transfers very, very fast. But when I get onto my PC, then I will do like a detailed comparison. But so far I'm liking the way the Fuji really rendered the files, to be honest. Canon is looking very red at this moment. Oh yeah, that's amazing. And then you can lean in a little bit and then pop a smile. Yes, chin up slightly. One more. And then let's have you look a little bit more this way. Yeah. Oh, these are nice, to be honest. Okay, so I just want to check and see if I can compare. Okay, these two are looking quite similar, and already I can tell that the Canon is really, really red, to be honest. Looking at it and looking at the Fuji, the Fuji's a little bit subtle. It looks like the roll-off on that. It's a bit smoother, and then we still have more detail in the shadow areas. Maybe it's also because of my, my camera settings and all that, but I will look at it properly in post and see if I can even adjust them and then match them a little bit more. So if you enjoyed this video, if you had any value out of it, let us know by liking, subscribe if this is your first time chancing on this channel. Thank you, Inshira, for blessing us today with your presence. Thank you, Amanda, for this awesome makeup. I'll put everybody's links in the description box. You can check them out. And yeah, that's for today's video. Don't ever give up. I almost forgot, but yeah, don't ever give up. I'm serious. Don't give up.